Hello guys, it's Reat here. Welcome to another video. So for the last couple of months, I have helped around 20k players setting up their healer UI raid frames. So now I have decided to make another video explaining the changes that I made to the pack for the new expansion for the War Within. So in these videos, I'm going through all these new changes, all the new add-on profiles that I have incorporated, also some other add-ons that I have removed and why. And lastly but not least, a step-by-step tutorial on how you can install now the UI through the Wago app. So if you don't know, Wago launched a couple of weeks ago a new feature called Wago UI. And basically what it does is super simple and super nice, which is you install the Wago UI add-on and then you select the UI pack that you want to install. Basically import all the profiles for every add-on in just one click. The nice thing is, one, it keeps your UI up to date with any changes that I will make in the future. So yeah, if you see a new version from my UI, you just need to click on it and you will get the latest version. And second is that all the custom changes that I'm making for the different weak auras from different other content creators, like for example Luxthos class packets, you will get the same settings with just one click. So it's amazing and I think you will love it. So let's get into it. So first of all, let's go through the different goals that I have in mind for this UI. So the first point is that it's made specifically for healers. So any change or anything that I can remove in the future or add in the future to the UI is made specifically from the healer perspective. So yeah, if you are tanking or if you are of specking with tank or DPS spec, you can still use it, but probably you will have to create like a secondary profiles to adjust the different positioning of the different UI elements. So the default state and the default UI elements for the UI is made for a healer spec. So with that in mind, we'll go to the second goal. It is made to just show the most important information on screen. So as you can see here, it's very clean. You have plenty of screen space. So basically this is the goal. When you are in an M+ or in a raid boss, you want to have the most empty space as possible. At the same time, you have the most important information on a screen. So this is the second goal of the UI. That leads us to the third one. It's made specifically for raid and M+ scenarios. So if you like the UI because I mean from the style perspective, you like how it looks and you don't want to basically do it on your own, go ahead, you can use this. But if you are also looking for a UI that helps you to maximize your performance on a Mythic Raiding or M+ scenario, this UI is for you. So with that in mind, if you think this could help you, let's go to the main UI element. So here is the layout and position of how it will look, for example, in a M+ or Raid boss. So you can see that everything comes above both the target unit frame and the player unit frame. So on the player unit frame, we have the emphasize bars from Big Wiz. This grows upwards. Then on the right side, we have, this is the example of the War Within Dungeons weak aura from Causis. So basically we have above the target unit frame the different bars, regular bars. Then the important icons that we have to pay attention to, like dot that we have to dispel or whatever aura that we need to track, and also the different trash timers. Then on the center is where we will have the most important / priority information, which is the emphasis messages. Then also the trash timers for when we need to CC or kick or whatever in M+. This only applies to M+. And then different text timers based on the weak auras timers and the big whiz timers. Also, we have the first priority icons, which is, I don't know, you get a debuff that you have to drop or that you have to do a specific action, you have to move out or whatever. So, for example, the last boss of Stoneball, that you have to dispel your debuff because you have to move towards the portal to dispel the debuff. That kind of debuff, you will get this icon at the center on top of your characters, so you don't miss it. So basically, this is the overall layout and the principle that the UI follows. And then if we take a look, and the rate frames will be always below your Luxthos weak auras and your target and player unit frames. So always they have different layouts, different sizes, different basically style for both M+ and Raid, but they will always be under your class package weak aura and unit frames. Okay, so why? And you will say, for a healer, unit frames is one of the most important UI elements. Yes, but obviously you can have your unit frames, especially in Raid, on the center of the screen, because basically your UI will look a lot worse. So it's still on the center, but a bit below the literally the center of the screen. It's much better to have them below the unit frames compared to having them on the right or left side. Because if you put them on the sides, you will lose a lot of important space that you will need to avoid any specific mechanic, to track the rest of the raid players, etc, etc, etc. So with that said, there is one thing that you have asked me a lot from the first version of the UI, which is why I don't have the action bar visible. So it's very easy to answer that. Basically, I already have my Luxthos class weak aura package. So everything that I need to know based on my cities, dispel cities, all like the important abilities that I'm using to heal, and basically all the important abilities that I need to track, I have them on this weak aura. My mana is here also, my radiance stacks are here, etc, etc, etc. So I don't really need to see my action bars. So why I have them hidden is because it's more space that I gain towards seeing more like the environment that I'm playing on, whether it is M+ or in Raid. I know many people need to look to have the action bar visible. It's not my case. I have everything key binded, so I know what every button does for me. So yeah, it's just a personal preference, but I really recommend, if you already have everything key bind and you don't need to click anything, which I really hope you don't need to, with the class quick auras, whether it is from Luxthos or from any other package that you can get from Wago, you have everything that you need to track there. Okay, so basically what's new in this new version of the UI for the War Within? So I made some minor changes, especially style changes, some readjusting the positioning of some frames and windows, but I'm not going to explain that here. I have a complete list of changes that I made on the website of the Wago UI. That said, I want to highlight two of them, which is I have removed DVM from the UI pack. So I'm no longer using DVM either for Raid or for M+. Basically, they both of them do more or less the same, but it's just a personal preference. You can use either. I mean, you can use DVM if you want. It's okay. But I want to explain the reason behind that, and is that because DVM is designed towards telling you what to do, versus Big Wish, which is telling you what's coming up. So DVM will tell you, okay, now you have to do this to avoid that damage or to avoid that mechanic or whatever. And Big Wish is more designed to alert you of what's the next thing coming from the boss. And then you have to act on it. But it doesn't tell you, oh, okay, you have to do this. So I prefer that way of playing, because basically I already know what I have to do, but what the help that I need is, okay, tell me when this is gonna happen, or tell me when this mechanic is going to fire up or whatever. But I don't need an add-on to tell me what to do, basically. So basically that's the main reason, but obviously it's just personal preference. So if you want to use DVM, go ahead. The UI will still continue to work, but it's not included by default. I will no longer have any profile, any custom profiles for DVM. That said, the other change is the new cell layouts and cell custom indicators. So basically, I made a lot of changes to cell, like the way it looks, some style changes like the black backdrop, so you can see much better now the contrast versus people which is low on health, and also the new set of layouts. So the goal of this new set of layouts is that we have layouts for specific healer specs. So I started with 3 of them. The general one, which is something that works for every healer, and then the spec specific. So for now we have the Priest and the Restoration Shaman, and this comes with a set of custom indicators for both Priest and Restoration Shaman. So the goal is to have every healer spec included here, but for now we have Priest healer, both for Holy and Discipline, and Restoration Shaman. Probably the next one will be Holy Paladin and Monk with Mistweaver. But to explain you a little bit what is included in this spec-specific indicators and layouts. So, for example, we have the Raid Mythic for Priest. So we have a custom indicator for Priest, which includes some important buffs that I want to track in a specific way. And also in the case of Priest Discipline, we have the Atonement. This also differs from M+ to Raid. So as you can see here, this is the overlay indicator that I'm using to track Atonement on Raid. But for example, if I go to the M+ Priest indicators, you will see that it's different. It's no longer an overlay, but it's a bar. Why? Because in a M+, you only need to have 5 unit frames, 5 party frames. So it's much easier to use, for me, the bar, because it's more visually appealing than the overlay. But obviously, in a raid environment, having bars is just too much. So I prefer to use an overlay so I can see very fast who in the raid has a tournament and also how much time is remaining. And last but not least, we have the new profile for Plater. As you know, I was using in Season 3 and Season 4 of Dragonflight, I was using the Quasi's profile. So I keep using his profile. I think it's one of the best, especially now that I will be playing Shaman for M+. It helps you identify which mobs you need to CC, which ones you need to kick. It also incorporates some audio alerts, so it's included in the pack. Also, I have customized it a little bit from the style perspective and added like the target indicator. But yeah, it's basically the Quasi profile for Season 1 of the War Within, which again is included in my UI pack. So if you want my custom settings that I made to his profile through Wago, you can get them very easily. So now let's see how to install the UI through the Wago app. So all you have to do is install the Wago app on your computer. It's very similar to what the Wago app software or the Cursor software does. It allows you to install and keep up to date your add-ons. But in the case of Wago, it also allows you to keep your weak auras up to date. And now they have included this new feature, the UI packs, that allows you to install any UI with just one click and import all the profiles and all the weak aura settings from that content creator. So now the next step, once you have it installed, is go to my UI profile, ReatUI. You will have the link at the bottom on the video description, and then click on Open with Wago App. So once you click on it, the app will open up, and you will see again the UI profiles with the button to install. So before installing anything, one thing I will highly recommend you is whether if you are using my UI pack using the manual process or any other UI, I will recommend first to do a backup of your WTF and interface folders and then install it from scratch. So once you have done that, you will click on install. It tells you, okay, this is already installed. Now you have to go in game and do a reload UI command. And once you are in game, what will happen is that you will see this window pops up. So if it doesn't pop up, all you have to do is type in the chat /WagoUI and you will see this window. So basically here at the top, you can select all the UI packs that you have downloaded. And then here it's split by two different categories. One is the add-on profile, so big width, omnicity, LPUI, cell, etc. And then the different weak auras that I have incorporated and I have included on the UI pack. So for the profiles, it's very self-explanatory. You click on import, it will load my own profile, and then you only need to do the reload UI, and that's it. You will have the profile installed in your WoW. And then the different weak auras profiles. So here you can select which one of them you want to use, all of them or just some of them. And then this is a really cool thing because it's the original weak aura from the creator. So for example, Luxthos, the different Luxthos class weak aura packages, but with my own configuration. So all my custom settings, all the customizations that I made, the original weak aura, they will be installed in your WoW. But at the same time, keeping the attribution to the original creator, which is, I think it's something really cool. So once you do all of this, you close the window, probably the add-on will tell you to reload the UI, you will reload the UI, and that's it. You hopefully you will have the UI installed, working correctly, and the same way that you are seeing right now on screen. The Wago app will let you know both off-game and in-game once a new update of my UI is available. So all you have to do is download the new version, and basically it will tell you which profiles have been updated and which weak auras have been updated, so you can import them again to have the latest version. So that's it, guys. Hope you like the video. Hope you like the new way to install my UI. Hope you like the new changes that they made to the interface. Please let me know any feedback on the comments, on Discord, what you like to know, if I missed anything, if you have any issues, or anything that you want to see in the upcoming updates of the UI, please let me know, and I will try my best to incorporate and include them on the future updates of the UI. See you. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Bye bye bye.